Welcome everybody. I guess now will be a good time to start this video that I've been promising. And y'all haven't heard from me, so I think we need to get caught up a little bit. I want to welcome everybody to Messages from the Trees. It's just my segment where I speak from my higher perspectives and perceptions in life, and inclusive of messages that I receive and that I articulate in my own form or fashion. So thank you for tuning in. The topic of discussion is healing. Well, this is based off a post that I made. It said, healing is the real level up. Healing your wounds manifests into wisdom. Carrying them triggers inner conflict and eruption. Topic, new video coming soon. And so that was the post that I made. So we can go ahead and reflect on that. So let's start. For me, I like to break things down so that everybody could potentially have a clear understanding about the nature of which I speak. And everybody will articulate or even perceive how they wish. I want to be clear about my messages aren't biased, and who is for, and who is not is not. I'm not a people pleaser. I'm not a debater. I just like to share. The rest is up to you, okay? And it's not my business. So yeah, before we get into it, I ask that you just clear your energetic space so that you can be receptive to the message if you care to watch this video. And with that, I'll just go ahead and begin on the said topic, which is healing is the real level up. So what is healing and what is the level up? I mean, that's in the eye of the beholder, but for myself, and I always speak from my own experience in life, nothing I speak about is, things that I haven't occurred in some form or fashion. So, healing and a level up. So, the level up for me, level ups come in many forms and fashions throughout your life. One of my highest level ups was my spiritual ascension process, I should say, because it don't stop. It's just levels to it. It's never ending. Earth is the land of the never ending. It's cyclic. You can jump in at any time into Earth. The 3D living amongst people and stuff like that, and it's cyclic. It's school for the soul. So as long as you live on Earth, you're going to always learn and grow, as long as you allow yourself to and choose to. Because some people choose not to elevate and grow because, I don't know, different reasons. Maybe you get comfortable where you are, or you could be fear-based, whatever that may be. So some people actually stunt their own growth and demote themselves or decline by choice, consciously or subconsciously. So now that we have an understanding on what leveling up is, healing is the level up. And the other thing I want to mention is some people, well, we already said it was different forms of leveling up. For me, the highest was a spiritual ascension, is what I want to talk on a little bit further, briefly, is because I have an understanding about the material world, which is the physical world, which is Earth, living, right? Things you could touch and experience through your senses, through your physical senses. That's the 3D realm. That's what we could touch, we could taste, we could feel, we can experience through our body, through our physical body. The spiritual world is the energetic world, is the metaphysical world in which we cannot physically, visibly see with the human eye, because on the spectrum, the human eye doesn't see the whole spectrum. So we shouldn't really be so resistant to the information that we receive regarding the spiritual world and the metaphysical world, because motherfucker, your eyes can't even see that deep. Other beings can, like just we have different vision, just like animals, for example. Have you a nocturnal vision, seeing at night? Their senses are higher. They're able to sense things metaphysically. They don't have to see a motherfucking storm up in the sky to know that bitch is coming. They feel the vibration through the earth. They sense it through using their senses, like smelling and having intelligence in there. So we're not going to debate about the metaphysical world being real. It doesn't require a belief. It's already proven. It could be recorded through vibration, through frequency. I'm not here to go that deep, but I do break it down a little, because so everybody could be in accord, because people are at different levels of learning. And I know when I was growing up, I had certain learning disabilities that I didn't understand at the time. But when I reflect on it now, I know what they were. And so I understand that people have different, and it doesn't have nothing to do with intelligence, because clearly I have intelligence, but it has to do with learning comprehensions, styles of learning. Some people are visual learners. Some people are easily distracted. Some people have short, term, focus. Some people can't focus at all. Some people have their mind racing. Some people are slow to receive. Some people are quick to receive the information and store it. Some people are not. Everybody have a different learning skill. So I did. And I do. But I have awareness of it now. So I pretty much acknowledge it when it when it occurs. And I'm cool with that. Me and my shit is cool. But not to venture off the topic. Leveling up spiritually is deeper than just what you could touch and see. That's why it's a level up. Your mind is expanded. It's an upgrade. You're upgrading yourself on a spiritual, mental level. You have a higher understanding, a higher perspective on things. Whatever you may have gained through your lessons in life, whether it's empathy, whether it's compassion, patience, whatever virtues that you have an understanding of now that you went through it, you experienced it, and you move forward with that lesson, and you applied it in your future steps, in your foregoing steps. That's wisdom. That's achieving wisdom. Wisdom is what you apply, not what you learn. What you learn may be considered knowledge, but wisdom is when you apply the knowledge. A lot of people can learn and don't apply it. So it's not really, it's just like a book sitting on the shelf collecting dust. There's no action behind it. And that's fear behind that too. A lot of people aren't courageous enough to step into their hierarchy, to step into their promotion. Because, people won't like me. What if people say? What about do? And that's not your business. So, you do, yes, it is a choice. Yes, we do choose to ascend to some degree. So, it's a point thing, I think, when you are facing the darkness at a crossroad where you make that decision to keep it the fuck real with yourself and be honest and true to yourself and really want to grow in life, or to not, ignorance could be bliss. So some people aren't ready for the real reality. So that's why it's, for me, the highest level up. I've had promotions in life, careers, businesses, jobs, achievements. It's great. And I stand by that with honor. And I've had failures and backpedaling and procrastinating and that too. All of that. Can't not go through that and grow. Not grow. Well, yes, you can. Because we just said that you can. But for me, I can't. Once I elevate, I'm elevated. I'm not choosing between me and nobody. It's always going to be me. Always choose yourself first. Life preservation. It's your birthright. Or you can sacrifice yourself under the right circumstances if that's what you choose for the good of all. That's honorable, I suppose, in some eyes. I think so, to a degree, depending on the circumstances. You know, somebody could sacrifice themselves by running to a burning house to save someone else. You know, but I ain't about to throw myself to the wolves to appease anyone. So it's a difference. But yeah, so moving forward, healing is the real level up. So what is healing? For me, in my experience, healing is an ongoing thing. It's not a one and done. At first, I did think that at one point in my life. Because I did, when you overcome certain battles, like, okay, boom, I did that. So they say it's new devils. I know I'm messing this up, but I think it's new devils at different levels or some shit like that, or new levels. Whatever it is, lessons and shit don't never stop, like I said in the beginning of the video. So healing isn't ongoing, because even when you get to... So life is not a destination, it's just a journey. Because when you get to where you want to be, it's not like, boom, okay, this is it. Life's still going to keep going. And you're probably going to find something else you want to go after or do or participate in or whatever. So life is just ongoing until your last breath. And then that's the end of your physical life. But in the meantime, life is constantly moving. Water is constantly flowing. The motherfucking planet is in orbit. Blood is flowing through your body. So it ain't about the destination. I think it's cool to have destinations in mind, though. It's like as goals. But don't stop there. So yeah, as far as healing, what are wounds? Think about what wounds are, because I speak a lot of terms in symbolism. Or metaphorically speaking. So you think about a wound, W-O-U-N-D, a wound is or something. Like you get wounded, you get hurt. It could be physically, it could be mentally, it could be any type of way. It could be verbally. It's being hurt from whatever circumstance that you were hurt or that caused you to be hurt. And so healing from the wound, allowing if you get cut and your body is able to heal the cut, and it goes through a process probably of a week or two, I don't know, depending on how deep the cut is into your skin, right? Because you got 7 layers in your skin. So depending on how deep it is, surface wound might heal faster, but if it's a deep cut, it's going to hurt more, it's going to be deeper, it's going to heal longer. But if you allow it to heal and you are proactive in this healing process, keeping it clean, keeping it dry, applying any ointment, whatever you do, right? Putting a Band-Aid on it, kissing your boo-boo, whatever, you're healing that wound. You're not, going back outside and, hurting you, getting cut again right away. You're not allowing it to heal. And then when it's healed and it forms a scab, and then the scab heals, and then the new skin is underneath the scab, and the scab comes off, like when a tattoo heals, and you have a work of art underneath it. And you could walk in that, Sure, life may you may get wounded again in life. Someone close to you may get wounded again in life, but now you healed from the last wound, so you're not coming into the situation broken already. Because a lot of people collect brokenness and wounds and don't allow their wounds to heal, and it just stacks up in their body so the vessel can't take it no more. And then there's a conflict, okay? So moving on to what the conflict was, what the post said, healing your wounds manifests into wisdom, right? We just discussed that. Carrying them triggers your inner conflict and eruption. So let's discuss that. We just said carry, how it stacks up, how it adds up. Your body becomes a storage unit of wound, pain that you've experienced through life, that you haven't released, you haven't healed, and you're carrying it with you into your new experiences in life. It's not gone. So it's going to come back up. Something's going to trigger it to come back up. Something's going to remind you of it. Oh, you're triggered. You're easily triggered. You're conflicted. You don't know how to feel because you got all these mixed emotions. Because you're carrying pain. It's adding up. It's adding up. It's going to cause an eruption. You're going to crash out. You're going to spaz out. You're going to burn out. It's overoccupied your vessel. That's the eruption in the conflict. The inner conflict. Not having harmony in the body. Not having flow. Not having peace. All right? That's what that is. And that is manifested by emotional buildup, emotional turmoil that never got the kiss on the boo-boo, that never got the healing, that never went within or went inside themselves to heal their emotional wound or pain that others caused them. There was no forgiveness. There was no letting go. You decide to carry your pain. You become a walking vessel of pain. You begin to emit pain onto others. You begin to become pain. Eruption, inner conflicts. All right, so if you do not desire to be a walking vessel of pain, because also when you walk in that frequency, when you energetically vibrate on the low frequency, you attach other low frequencies that you cannot see, but you encounter with, because energies attach themselves. That's why we cleanse our energy, our auric field, because we don't want any energetic attachments, because what they do, they're parasitic. They bring you down. They lower your energy. They lower everything. You know what I mean? Wet socks. So yeah, I'm not going to go on and on. I want my videos to be not long and drawn out, so I just have the one topic. I break it down, how, again, perception. My messages are all about articulating and breaking down things, lessons, and different situations that people experience in life. When you have a other perception in life, you're able to have, or to embody or grow or develop, whatever, empathy. A lot of people that are disconnected spiritually and are so engaged in the material world, the worldly, right? Material world. Money, hoes, and clothes, right? The material world, the physical, things you could touch, taste, and feel. Your lower chakras. Physical things, pleasure, right? Because that's a sacral chakra. But your sacral chakra is also creativity. Your solar plexus is also your confidence. And so you can use it for your higher being as well. Really, we want to balance all our chakras. All the energy we put out, we want it to be at balance. We don't want to be in la-la land either. We got to be present in the world, know what's going on in the world, which I'm guilty of. I'm guilty of that myself. My chakras aren't always in alignment. I strive for them to be every day. I do practices for them to be, so that I could be a balanced human being. As I experience, life here, my time here, because we know our time is not promised here. We leave this world. We've all been to enough funerals to have a knowing of that, okay? That's fine. But we want to be grounded and in tune spiritually. And the problem is, a lot of people are disconnected spiritually. They don't believe in what they cannot see. But that's the deception. And we could do that on the next topic, because I'm not going to elaborate. But y'all let me know if y'all want that to be the next topic. We can elaborate on whatever. If it's something that I can't elaborate on or that I'm not knowledgeable on, then I won't. I won't elaborate on there, because I don't do that. I don't run my mouth. I speak on the knowing. So, to conclude, thank you everybody for tuning in. Oh, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope my video came out clear and precise. Hope you received what I had to say with an open heart, open mind. And yeah, I want to send peace and love out to everybody